NASCAR drug testing flawed. Yep, that's going to be the title of the vlog. And I'm all for drug testing. Crews, officials, yeah, let's check them too. TV reporters, of course, owners. And of course, you have to allow some of the owners are up in years. For instance, I'm sure Rick Hendrick's on some medication, but I'm sure they provide a list to NASCAR if need be. And I have no problem with that. He's not actually over the wall or driving the car, so there's no problem with that. But you really need to check the over-the-wall guys, the crew chiefs, which they do, and the drivers, of course. But here's why I think one size fits all is flawed. If there is a positive test for any reason, you basically have to go through the road to recovery to get back in NASCAR. Now, sometimes, although some positive test has been explained as an allergy medication or something like that, and I'm sure if it's prescription, they provide records to NASCAR. I know Kenny Wallace, for one, when he was driving, was quite frank with NASCAR. He was on a cholesterol medication. They knew it. It was approved by the doctors. But the one I want to point out, and NASCAR's not totally in the wrong, in the right, and AJ Allmendinger, the dinger, wasn't totally in the right. When they told him he tested positive at Kentucky, and basically threw him out of Daytona, what I call the 4th of July, or the firecracker, whatever they're calling it now. AJ Allmendinger later admitted to taking a friend's prescription medication while in Louisville a few nights before the race, and that's what showed up. Now, I never did think AJ Allmendinger was on drugs. I mean, it cost him a lot. It cost him that Cup ride with Penske, a fully funded ride. Cost him that ride. You know, the same team that won the championship last year. It cost him that ride. Now, the dinger should have went to NASCAR right after that and said, hey, I took a prescription medication while I was in Louisville from a friend. I shouldn't have done it. Let me take a test right now. Yeah, he'd still been out of Daytona. But for a while they denied it. Then he entered the road to recovery and successfully completed. Has been back in NASCAR. Now he's going to drive, I'm reading on J-Ski, a couple IndyCar races for Penske. But sometimes this one size fits all doesn't work. That's all I wanted to say. It's just, to me, it's flawed. And I'd like to know if they're testing officials. I'd like to see some people like... frankly, I'd like to see Brad Daugherty tested. And Rutledge Wood. I'd like to see both of them tested. I mean, I'll be honest with you. You know, you got the Jeremy Mayfield saga where he called a radio show that Brian France was on and wanted to come back. And again, I got to do a disclaimer here. This is strictly my opinion, but I have a history of watching Jeremy Mayfield race before most people knew who he was or who he is. I have a track that's about a 2-hour drive from my house, Whitesville, Kentucky. It's 12 miles outside Owensboro. Of course, that's where the Waltrips, the Green brothers, started out, Mayfield. You know, there for a while, that Owensboro contingent was coming on strong. You know, Darrell Waltrip says he's from Franklin, Tennessee, but he's really from Owensboro, Kentucky, about 12 miles from where this track is. You come off the road the track's on, make a right, I think it says 12 miles on into Owensboro. And he raced there I never watched him race there except when he made return visits. I did watch Michael Waltrip race there, the Green brothers, and Mayfield. But it's just been kind of my take that I'm all for drug testing, but the one size fits all is bad, and AJ Allmendinger, in my opinion, made a mistake not fessing up immediately, saying, hey, right there at Daytona, when they announced it, saying, hey, I took a prescription medication. I mean, it was dumb, but we all do dumb things. It was dumb. And did you notice how fast the dinger was reinstated once he went through the road to recovery? I don't believe there's any, I don't think they believed there was any addiction or anything like that. Again, disclaimer, strictly my opinion.